Directive. And joining us now to discuss the situation is the president of the Northern Consensus Movement, Dr. Abdullahi Awwal Aliyu. Dr. Aliyu, good morning, and thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yes, let's get to it. I'm sure you've heard all about it. The Northern Elders Forum made that call on Tuesday evening, requesting that the president resigns on account of insecurity in the country. What are your thoughts? And, looking at the response from the presidency, what are your thoughts? Do you think that resignation is the answer to the problems we're facing?
No, I don't think resignation is the answer to this problem. Even if the president resigns, will the situation automatically stop? If president resigns, will the situation automatically change? If the president resigns, will it make the people attacking innocent souls stop automatically because the president is there? Are they doing it because it's President Muhammadu Buhari that is on seat? No, I don't think so. It is a disaster that has happened in this country, and then the need for automatic, like the president himself said, the need for automatic reshuffling of the security structure is very, very paramount and very, very important. Even before I go to that, the Northern Elders Forum, led by Professor Abdullahi, that is asking the president to resign. When Professor Abdullahi was the Vice Chancellor of Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, there was a protest of Ango Must Go. When that protest of Ango Must Go was going on, why did it go on? Because Professor Abdullahi was underperforming according to the student of that time. They said he was underperforming. They felt he's not administrative enough to lead Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, and that was the reason why there was the protest of Ango Must Go. But when the Ango Must Go protest was going on, did Professor Abdullahi resign personally as a Vice Chancellor of Ahmadu Bello University Zaria? No, he did not. So why, if he did not resign as at that time when he was the Vice Chancellor and there was a serious call for him to resign, then why didn't he resign as at that time? Are you with me?
Yes, we are.
So if he didn't resign, why is he calling President Muhammadu Buhari to resign now? That's number one. The spokesperson of the Northern Elders Forum, Dr. Ahmed, was a super permanent secretary. And as super permanent secretary, he stayed over 12 years as permanent secretary. What changes? What did he bring to the table, even as super permanent secretary? And even as of that time, there was a lot of petitions because he has overstayed, he has blocked a lot of people from growing to becoming permanent secretary himself. There was a lot of petitions against him, asking for his resignation, asking for his sacking. He is aware of it. Did he resign honorably because people were tired of his being there and possibly not performing as expected and also blocking other people's opportunity? Did he resign honorably to leave? No, he did not. And he's aware of the protest. He is aware of the crash. He's aware of the complaint. Why didn't he resign? It's not just easy for you to wake up over a day and begin to ask a president, an elected president, to resign from his seat because there's a situation. That is uncalled for. There was no need. There was absolutely no need for that their call. What I would have expected them to do as citizens, as Northerners, what I would have expected them to do is look at this critically the security situation, come up with a template, and advise the president either honorably, that is silently or openly, on the best way they think this security challenge can be solved. Then when the problem did not, if the president did not comply with that, they can come up and tell Nigerians, because they are Nigerians as well, and they have the right to expression. They can come up and tell Nigerians that we have advised on this way we think is the right way to go, and the president did not comply. And it is left for Nigerians to judge whether what they advise on is right and it will help in solving the problem or not. And if the president is right for trying to for heeding to advise their advice or not, that is on one side. Coming back to the issue of this resignation of the thing, I think the right thing to do is to look at the security architecture of Nigeria and for the president to do the needful. When I say security architecture, I was part of those that were calling for the removal of the former service chiefs for 2 years, non-stop, almost every week. I am in one radio or one television station or even on social media requesting that the president remove the former service chiefs for 2 consecutive years. After removing them, I personally advise the president that if service chiefs, appoint them on the basis of acting capacity for 6 months in the first instance. If they perform, hello?
Yes, we're with you.
For 6 months in the first instance, if they perform, then you can confirm them. If they do not perform, the president is at liberty to remove and replace them, because there is under these circumstances, nobody is too important to be removed or to be replaced. Or if he feels they are about performing, he can add up another 3 months for them, and that will make 9 months all on acting capacity. That will put them on their toes. That will make them, because they want confirmation, they will do everything within their powers. They will think the way they are supposed to think deep, involve people that needed to be involved in the thinking and finding a way, a lasting solution to the security challenges that possibly could have assisted in carving out the security challenges, because they will be doing everything they needed to do, wanting to get confirmation. For that, like I said, they will be on their toes. So that is on one side. On the other side, there is an adage in Hausa that says, idan kada dai akan kashi kuda sai su rinka binka. That is, when you overstay on a street, it will make flies to fly around you. Now, coming back to the man who is in charge of advising on security, I think two things are happening in my opinion. Either the National Security Advisor is advising wrongly, or he even has nothing to advise on. Why did I say so? I think under normal circumstances, this National Security Advisor has overstayed, and there was call by the National Assembly, whole National Assembly, call for the replacement of the National Security Advisor, because when you overstay in a position, you tend to become too relaxed. You either lose ideas, you have no ideas to offer in terms of advice on way out of security. And also, if you're not willing to listen to new ideas, new innovations on how best to achieve, because you have overstayed, you feel you know everything, you are everywhere. Once a person begins to think like that, then that is the beginning of his failure. And I think this is what is happening right now. Like I said, either the National Security Advisor is not advising rightly, or he even has nothing to advise. So the president needed to do a rethinking of the security system, most especially that of the National Security Advisor, because everything that has to do with security finally stops on his desk before relating it back to the President and Commander-in-Chief. So if he is more like the Chief Security Officer, apart from President being the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, instead of blaming the President, I think, asking the President to resign, I think it is even more fair to ask the President to replace the National Security Advisor. Yes, I agree there is security challenges in Nigeria. Yes, I agree that the way the killings and destructions is going on is unacceptable. Yes, I agree Nigerians are tired of this situation. Yes, I agree every Nigerian wants a way out of this present security situation. But resignation of the president is not the way out. Will not bring a solution to it. Don't forget, yes, I agree the president is a military general. The president was a former head of state. The president was a civil war veteran and other international engagement. But also the president, as a human being, him alone cannot do it. He needed lieutenants that are committed. He needed lieutenants that are patriotic. He needed lieutenants that are nationalistic, those that will work not for Muhammadu Buhari, but for Nigeria and the citizens of Nigeria. Now he has appointed people that are doing what they are doing. Not too long ago, we heard the Chief of Army Staff saying that there's no hiding place for bandits. Wherever they are, they will feed them out and kill them off. I also heard the Chief of Defense Staff saying the same thing. But it's not enough to just say it. It is enough to match word with action. But also in doing that, they need to also be cautious and careful, so that in an attempt to try to impress the president or to impress Nigerians, you don't go killing innocent citizens who have not done anything just because you want to do something, or you want to be seen to be doing something, or you want to impress somebody because people are crying and you wanted to show that you are doing something, and you go after innocent persons. No, there should be credible intelligence and prompt reaction there's credible intelligence. These are the things that are required. Like I said, the president can give a marching order, and when he gives this marching order to these security chiefs, he should give the marching order and follow it up with action. Give them a time frame within which, if he has not seen changes, they should tell them to their faces, if between now and so time there is no change of this situation, I am replacing you. They should say it to them. And once within the time span, if they did not perform, they should replace them and put up another set of people. Nigeria is wide. We have over 200 million people, and we have a lot of people that can do that job, can even do it better than the ones that are there. And in any case, when they were appointed, I personally mentioned, we said it, let them understand that their appointment does not mean it's because they are the best among others. No, it is divine. It is God that has selected them to lead that security agency. They should lead with patriotism. They should lead with nationalism. They should lead with the fear of God. They should lead those organizations with a lot of commitment. Fine, fair enough. They are doing what they can do, but what they are doing is not good enough. They need to improve greatly. They need to improve highly for the situation to change. Now, but believe me,
Dr. Aliyu,
asking the president to resign is not enough. That will not change the situation.
So, if you, the National Assembly, the House of Reps, to be precise, yesterday called, for the resignation or the sacking of the National Security Advisor and the Minister of Defense, and you have just re-echoed that, saying that their best is not good enough. Now, if you are in support of the sacking of the Minister of Defense and the National Security Advisor for underperformance, why are you averse? Why are you opposed to the NEF's call for the president to resign? Because I recall that in 2016, the president himself had called for the resignation and the sacking of the Jonathan administration.
Well, you see, the truth is, experience has shown that the president is not the problem. So to say, to an extent, you cannot just blame it on the president.
So the president is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces?
He is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, but the president will not be everywhere fighting war. That is why the Constitution provides for delegation of power, to delegate power to some people to act on his behalf in some areas. And that is where the delegation of power to the service chiefs, to the Minister of Defense, and the National Security Advisor come constitutionally. So if the president is constitutionally allowed to delegate his powers because he cannot be everywhere at the same time, and he has delegated that power to some people, then those people ought to be doing their job. If they are not doing their job, then the president needs to remove them. Yet, the Minister of Defense is not performing as expected. He is too slow as far as I'm concerned, and then the National Security Advisor has overstayed in that position, so he's short of ideas. He does not know which way to go now, so he's just short of ideas. Overstaying in position for too long a time like that actually makes the person to become saturated. Before, when he first came in, he came in with figure, he came in with valor, he came in with that thinking. The way he started an initiative, that initiative was even advised. We thought he would sustain it. At the end of the day, he did it. He would have gone around the service chiefs to discuss with people at the lowest level, get the ideas from the people you disrespect, people you think have no ideas, people you think have nothing to offer, and ones who advise you on the way out of this situation. But when you think you have to be too technical, when you underestimate people's thinking or idea, or when you try to kill people's thinking or idea, believing and wanting to do only your own, you end up failing. Nigeria belongs to every Nigerian. Nobody owns the certificate of occupancy of Nigeria. Nigeria belongs to every Nigerian. So every Nigerian have a voice, every Nigerian have a stake, every Nigerian have a right to advise or suggest or initiate something that will bring solution to the security challenges or even economic challenges of this country. But when you are not giving opportunities to people who think they have something to offer, when you are not taking advice, when you don't align with your ideas so that people will not think you will fail to perform, that's why somebody or some group of people are coming up with something and you think it will help, and if it succeeds, maybe some others will say, if not because of this, we wouldn't have succeeded. That will suggest that maybe you didn't perform. Nigeria belongs to Nigerians. We are all Nigerians, so we are all entitled to everything that is Nigeria. If it is a success, we are also supposed to be celebrating the success. If it is a failure, we are all supposed to share in the failure, because we are Nigerians and we cannot change Nigeria. We don't have another country apart from Nigeria.
All right.
The truth is, these two, yes, I strongly also in line with them. These two gentlemen are not performing. The National Security Advisor overstayed his welcome. The Minister of Defense is also not performing as expected. So there's nothing wrong in replacing them and appointing other people. There are over 200 million Nigerians, and like I said, a lot of people can do better than they are doing. A lot of people have better ideas. A lot of people have better initiatives. A lot of people can suggest way out. Still, they are unable to perform. Please, nobody should ask the President Muhammadu Buhari to resign, because he has delegated the powers, he has delegated the responsibility to some people, and those people either are not performing or are short of ideas or do not even know what to do. So he should replace them.
Right,
I think the only place I will blame the President is for allowing people to stay when they are underperforming. He still allow them to continue to perform. This is what is calling for some people to be asking him to resign. Otherwise, the President is doing good. And then let's give some hope. Let's give some hope. The armed forces, if you look at it, and other central security agencies are doing the best they can do. And I speak to you, there's no president in the history of Nigeria that have purchased weapons like President Muhammadu Buhari. No president in the history of Nigeria that have had a lot of money put in the budget of defense like Muhammadu Buhari. So why did anybody ask him to resign?
All right, thank you very much. The conversation continues here. This is your radio experience. You can count on. We'll be talking more with Dr. Aliyu, who is the president of the Northern Consensus Movement, talking with us this morning. Keep it here.